Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. So we're gonna do this another video on the excuse my voice. I have a cold, but this will help you out a lot if you guys have this issue with the P1516 code, reduced engine power. So basically, there's a lot of if you guys have this situation, and this situation could be dangerous depending on what that situation is when you do get this code that comes up. I mean, you could be going 60 miles per hour, and all of a sudden uh, you get this message, reduced engine power, and your car just starts shutting down. The engine just starts driving rough. You get into limp mode. 60 miles per hour. That's a very, very dangerous situation. You got to pull over, try to restart it. Hopefully it resets itself, and then if it does reset itself, you can just drive again. But a lot of times when this situation happens, if you don't fix it or you don't figure out what the problem is, it'll keep on happening. It'll keep on happening. Excuse me, guys. I just have a cold. It'll keep on happening over and over and over again. So basically, in this situation, there's so many scenarios of why this situation happens. I'm going to go through a bunch of different fixes for you guys if you guys have this problem. Basically, with the P1516 code, with the situation, this whole entire situation really has to do with the throttle body, connections to the throttle body, the throttle position sensor. Okay, this is what this whole situation is about with the reduced engine power. And a lot of times sometimes it's a ground cable. There's a ground cable in the back that could cause the situation, and there's been instances where people have said that clean up the ground cable. But there's a ground cable in the back of the engine block. It's been said that it's hard to get to, but sometimes you clean that up, it'll clear the situation. Sometimes it'll be on the harness itself, the wiring to the harness that connects to the sensor itself. That connects. Sometimes it's there's a loose wire or something like that causes this situation. Now, if you guys have this situation and you guys want to figure out whether those are the causes of your situation, what you want to do is you want to just turn the engine on, preferably without that message with the reduced engine power, and you want to wiggle the cables a bit. You want to wiggle the cables a bit. You want to wiggle the harness. You want to wiggle the little socket. You want to wiggle the ground wire. See if that actually causes that to come up. A lot of times when if those are the causes of it, it will cause it to that situation, to the symptoms and that message, reduce engine power, to come up, and your engine's gonna sound real bad, or sound like it's about to stall out. All right, those are the two things that you want to check for. A third thing is what you want to do is you want to clean the throttle body. The inside of the throttle body itself, where the throttle blade is. The blade is the flat, the little flat door that gets controlled, which opens up. In normal sitting situation is when you're not pressing on an accelerator. There's just a little tiny gap where air goes in. A lot of times, what happens is that there's a buildup of corrosion. There's a buildup of what have you, and a lot of times the situation occurs with older vehicles with higher mileage. What you want to do in this situation is you want to actually get like a wire brush and some kind of cleaner. I use foaming non-scrub shower cleaner. You can buy the metal brush and that cleaner from from the Dollar Tree. That's what I do. All right, that's what I do. It cleans it real good. You don't need to scrub it real good. All you gotta do is just let it foam up for about a minute or so. Use a wire brush around the area, clean that up. All right, a lot of times that will fix your problem, because that corrosion built up, it'll close out that little amount of air to the engine. And a lot of times when it closes out the amount of air to the engine, it causes readings, negative, bad, inconclusive readings or non-matching readings on the throttle position sensor, regardless of whether it's just sitting or whether accelerating. But a lot of times when it's idling, that's when when this occurs. But I will give you a caveat to that. A lot of people think, there's 2 screws on that flat blade that opens and closes, that door, that steel door that on the throttle position sensor that opens and closes. Okay, in that situation, what a lot of people will do is they'll actually unscrew the 2 bolts, take the throttle blade out, and then give it a thorough cleaning. I don't suggest that. Reason being is that there are instances where when they put back the blade with the 2 screws, the torque screws, it's not 100% positioned right. Now you can clean it absolutely without, it doesn't have to be 100% like crystal pristine clean. It just needs to be clean enough where there's not corrosion around the openings of the blade. All right. But if you're one of those people who have taken it out and none of the other fixes that I've mentioned to this problem actually solves your problem, it's probably because when you put that little the blade in, it's probably not situated 100% correctly. And I don't actually suggest that when you clean it, you take the blade out, because you really don't need to. But if you do that, make sure that it's situated 100% correctly. And if you're getting this situation after you actually clean the throttle body with the blade taken out and the 2 screws removed, and then putting the 2 screws back, and then you start having this situation happen often enough, and I've heard that people who lived in colder environments, like that the weather temperatures drops below like 0 degrees, they experience this issue more and more, especially if they actually took out the blade and then cleaned it and then properly sit it correctly before screwing it in. That situation has come up for quite many people who have had this situation. But as far as those fixes concerned, if you have any other situations, if none of those fixes actually pertain to your situation and it doesn't fix your situation, definitely look at the position sensor itself. It could be that the position sensor is actually malfunctioning in that case, because it's got to be one of those things. And if it's not one of those things, it's got to be a malfunctioning throttle position sensor. If that's the case, you might just have to spend some money to buy a new throttle body with a throttle position sensor, or if they actually sell a throttle position sensor separate from throttle body itself. But I hope this has helped you guys out with this situation. If you guys have any questions or any of your personal experiences with this, definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff. All right guys, take care.